I was have an interest. My little grandson was born last night at 7:02. Yeah. Hi, Anya.
Hello. This thing changed now. Let's see. Okay. Yes, now. Can you hear me well and see me?
Perfect.
Thank-
Perfect. Well,
Congratulations.
thank you.
And something touches me really very much in this the feeling that everything is so taken care of, always somehow. And this how fragile everything is. And yet it's so taken care of always. It everything kind of and what actually touches me is, I guess, that the automatic mode or our conditioning, my conditioning is um, not to see that generally. And it's just it's in a way painful suddenly when it strikes that this is always only the second. I mean, it's like the first thing is, oh, everything could go wrong and we have to be careful. And always like this, I have to take care of myself. And how painful actually that is again and again in a situation where there's not this. I mean, it's like everything's taken care of as soon as I'm out of the way, as soon as this I is out of the way. So taken care of, and I feel so blessed then. I don't know who said it once. It's like flower petals for raining down. that feeling, I know that feeling so well, and it comes in moments like this when something is touched, how taken care everything is. It's so beautiful. And it's amazing how this
In a way, it's like I'd like to go even a little deeper with that.
yes,
It's like we know we all have an appointment with death,
yeah,
and death seems like a scary thing, but yet, we all love going to sleep, and every night when we do, we say goodbye to everything, and we actually love it.
yeah, yes. And then wake up the next morning and it's like an
Yeah,
illusion again, this illusion
yeah. So the worst that can happen really is a thought.
thought.
Yeah, that's the worst that can happen.
Or to believe in the thought, because the
Or
thought
to believe it, yeah, yeah.
they
To
happen.
believe in it, yeah. To
Yeah.
believe in the thought. That's it.
To
So this thought I'll have to take care,
mm,
and you see that it's actually not up to you even. It's just like life is doing its dance. It's so out of our control. It's so clear.
totally.
Yeah,
So amazing. And I mean, the most beautiful is actually really to lean back, and then there's this gap to see it.
yeah,
Then there's the projector is kind of off, or it's immediate then
yeah.
when there's
Then this
step
con then
back.
this concern with the survival of I kind of falls away, because
Yeah,
that's actually what the thoughts are about, is that trying
yeah.
to, it's keep this non-existent I going, and it's really not such a big deal because we know from experience every night the I goes and we go to deep sleep and we enjoy it.
Yeah. And it's so interesting to see clearly what hangs on that eye, all these little fragrances. Also, like it's mostly the basic is death, fear of death. That's the
Yeah.
basic. And but what also comes are all these little things that creep in, like
I like, I don't like, I want, I don't
yeah,
want. All
and
that.
I'm wrong, and the
Mm.
judgments,
Yeah,
and
all
it's
that.
like, and it's getting older is almost like, to me that's like an issue sort of in the mind, very strong, that gets me this feeling of, I mean, everybody's in, at some point you're almost 60 and then it is like that. That's physical things change. And it's really interesting how I kind of put myself down with it, that I'm not so fast anymore. I forget things. I simply just don't sleep enough, and everything changes. And it's always this behind it is always like, this is wrong. I should be still able to do everything like been used to or something. That's somehow so strong. I can't really.
And ultimately just thoughts, right?
It's just thoughts, and
Yeah.
they have such a physical impact
If believed, if
if
believed.
believed.
Otherwise they have no power. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a fine line. I wanted to share that because I can see it, but it's the everyday process somehow to
Yeah. And
live
ultimately it's
in.
just this moment. Yeah,
Yeah.
now.
Mhm.
Just clear. Yeah. Seeing thoughts come, thoughts come.
Yeah, and then immediately it's like this blessing feeling again. This, yeah, it's actually a touch that kind of, the only pain that is in this touch is because something was tight and it starts to open, and then there's still kind of a residue of a tightness, and that causes somehow something like a pain, but ultimately that it's already love then. It's felt as love. Yeah. Especially with babies, I mean, like this miracle. It's just this miracle that something grows and simply. looks as if it gets out of the body and separate, but it's still held in this huge body of everything, you know. I find it, yeah. It's also only thoughts maybe, but it's something deeper also that is reminded. And so that's what I really like. Okay. Thank you, Isaac, and everybody.
Hi, Isaac. I don't know how
Hi.
to get a hand. It's Beate.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, cool. Hi, Beate. Yeah. Just wave your hand. That's cool. And now,
Okay.
thanks for speaking. That's another way to do it.
Okay.
Welcome. Yeah.
Hi, Isaac. Good to
Hi,
see you.
Beate. Yeah, good to see you too.
It's about feelings coming up the last weeks. It's this diving deep. It's just a lot of illness and feelings. And it is kind of natural that this is happening when you start to go home, kind of way, because I'm really exhausted. So there are always moments of stillness, but if something happened that doesn't feel really good, it's feelings coming up.
You know, it seems to be that's the way it is for all of us.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's, you know, I think it functions the same in everybody. So, you know, in a way, that's what all the sages say, you know, like if we're busy with wanting anything to be any particular way, it's hell. Because it's always going to go differently than what we want at times. You know, sometimes it'll go the way we want. But it's just that, you know, it's like when we've had enough of that kind of being busy with getting our lives to be happy or to be any particular way, when there's just like, we've had enough of that. We just then can stop. We could say, okay, I'm here. When I go to deep sleep, there is no problem at all. In deep sleep, it's no problem is there ever for anybody. That's also the same for all of us, right? So,
There are also sometimes windows open and stories open up from childhood or and I know the stories. I knew this by my mind, but now they're coming with feelings.
Yeah. So I understand. I really understand, and I would say, it's pretty natural. The more quiet you get, the more everything does come up. But also the opportunity is not to run with it, not to hitchhike with it. You know, you are that which is aware. All feelings come and go. All stories come and go.
But feeling it doesn't mean does crying happens.
Even crying, doesn't matter. Crying, anger, anything can come up. See, so just a very easy thing to look at. Crying happens. One way of speaking about it is I'm sad. Another way of speaking it, I feel sad. The third way of speaking, sadness is coming up in me. It's all describing something similar, but from very different perspectives, right? So what's the difference between sadness is coming up in me, or feelings are coming up in me, and I'm sad?
This is that I'm seeing, or I'm aware about this feeling.
Exactly.
I'm laying
Yeah,
in my bed and
yes, and
see me
sadness is
crying.
coming up.
Yeah.
And we see it coming up. We know from experience nothing lasts, it will pass, sure it will pass. We know that usually when something like that comes, there's like a habit, you could say, a momentum to get involved with it. What does this mean about me? Why is it happening to me? Something like that. Wanting to change it, wanting to fix it, wanting to get rid of it. And the moment any of those things happen, we're in. We're giving energy to it. So you're developing another capacity just to say, okay, it's coming. I know it'll leave. There's nothing to do with me. If it was up to me, it would not be coming.
It's just an appearance, yeah.
Just an appearance, exactly. And that way, everything can come, but we're not involved in it. It's like we're just watching it, not ignoring it, not pretending it's not there, not over jumping it. Just sadness is coming, and sadness is going. Because it will.
It's in this process of be aware of all these deep feelings, terrifying feelings, is also the awareness is about this feeling lonely in this group of peoples around. So it's also the feelings coming up and terrifying, and also loneliness is coming up because this like remember how it feels as a child looking at the world and being alone, and is the same in the moment. So is one of the reasons I checked in today to you.
Yeah. So look, I think we've all had the experience of feeling lonely. I don't think there's anyone that never had that experience. But ultimately, that underneath that is a sense of being separate.
Okay.
It's not wrong, it's not bad. But that separateness, that feeling of separateness is a Fata Morgana. It's a mirage, yeah? Because we are never separate. It's not possible. So it doesn't mean it doesn't come up, but it's interesting to explore. How does it happen?
Okay.
So we just hear. When we go to deep sleep, there is no separation, clear. There's no me, there's no separation. So we hear, and we just, okay, here we are. This moment is an experience to us. To be more precise, we could say it's sensations to us because we perceive through the senses. And then our habit of attention is what produces the sense of separation or the sense of no boundaries. All of that hangs on our habit of attention, which has been conditioned. So the moment the attention just gets soft and rests, there's awareness here. There's sensations, which we can't really even describe. It's, the totality of this moment. We can't even describe what water tastes like, let alone what the feeling of this moment is. So feelings come up, what we normally talk about feelings, there's kind of a resistance, a move, like instead of feelings, I like to use the word emotions. You speak German, right?
Yes.
how do you translate emotion in German?
Gefühle.
Gefühle.
Same like
Feelings.
feelings.
That's why you say feelings. But
Mhm.
emotions in English, E means with movement. So
Yeah.
an emotion is a movement away from here.
Okay.
It's just, you could say something, there's a resistance, something isn't how it should be. Some subtle movement like that. If we just hear, and there's no idea of how it should be, no even knowing how it is, you're just resting it. How is that for you? For 1 second, 1 moment only.
There's a question, but this isn't it that sometimes these emotions need to be felt to be solved, or
Yeah, that's an idea that exists in some circles, in therapeutic circles, in some circles it's held like that. So you've had the experience of having a nightmare, right? A dream that was unpleasant.
Mm-hmm.
So when a nightmare is happening, everything in the nightmare that you do to try and come out of the nightmare, if a tiger's chasing you and you run and climb a tree, then the tiger's climbing the tree also. So how do you come out of the nightmare? And the quick answer is you wake up.
Yeah.
You see, that was a dream, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But it feels very real when you're in the nightmare, right? Feels completely, oh, terrible, I'm going to die, whatever, it's terrible. Then you wake up, oh, that was a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. So emotions, if we look carefully, we can see it's just an automatic, unconscious movement in us that is kind of like somehow it doesn't want the feeling, it doesn't want to be present to what's here now. It somehow wants to come away from it.
Mm.
And nobody's doing it because it's automatic and unconscious and can happen. You could say it can happen through old trauma, old conditioning. We don't really even know where it comes from, but there's just a movement and it shows up as an emotion. So my feeling is it's the same. It's like an emotion shows up, we either get busy with it and then you just make it more because you're giving energy to it, or you listen to Ramana's advice. Who's aware of it? The answer can only be I'm aware of it, right? Can't be anyone else that's aware of it. It's I am. And that awareness is here.
But to be aware doesn't mean that it's you be aware. That doesn't mean that the emotion is not happening, right?
No, it doesn't mean no, but an example that gets used, which I find very useful. If you were, say you were a hiker and you were going to do some hiking and there were some places you needed a rope, and so you spent the day, you come home, you're tired, you threw the rope in the corner of the room, you went to sleep.
Mm.
And in the night you woke up and you look in the corner of your room and it looks like a snake.
Mm.
And you get a big fright. It's a big snake.
Mm.
You turn the light on, you see it's a rope.
Mm.
Now, do you have to work on your fear of snakes?
Mm.
No, because there is no snake. It's a rope. So a feeling comes up and the feeling can feel terrible.
Mm.
And you go, okay, look, there's a terrible feeling here and I'm here.
Mm.
Okay. If I believe there's something I have to do about that feeling, now I'm giving energy to that feeling. If I go, oh, that's a feeling, it came from nowhere, it will certainly disappear again. I don't know where it comes from, I don't know what it's about even. Our thinking wants to try and figure it out, but all that does is gives it energy again.
Mm.
So I know in some circles they say it's very important. You don't want to bypass. I'm not saying it's not real. I'm not saying anything. I'm saying, yes, there's a feeling. Okay, cool. For me, if a feeling comes, okay, look, this feels terrible. Sadness is here. Okay, so what is sadness? Sadness is a feeling of loss, feeling that something is wrong, we could say. Isn't it? Something is lost. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I look, okay, I'm here now. This is what I have is this moment.
Yeah.
And there's an idea of loss or a feeling of loss. Okay. Do I need to do anything about it? Not really. In my view, it's just, okay, I see, it's a feeling, that's all. All I have is this moment. Who I am is here. Nowhere to get to, no one to get there, just this awareness is here. And ultimately, all we want is just simply to be at peace. We don't want to be working on ourselves, trying to get anywhere, because all of that makes more trouble, right?
But it can happen that there's emotion coming with a physical reaction.
For sure. All emotions.
And there also can awareness.
All emotions. There'll be some thought and there'll be with it some chemicals involved. Okay, so now what we know is when there's chemicals involved, whatever the chemical, if it's anger, if it's sadness, it's chemical. And it takes some time for that to reabsorb into the body. They say about 8 to 10 minutes if we don't re-stimulate it again by getting busy with it. But if you don't, if you say, okay, there's an emotion, it came by itself, it'll surely leave by itself. I don't need to understand it. I don't need to know where it's from. If it was up to me, it would not be here. I don't have to give it energy. I don't have to do anything about it. Just resting, keeping quiet for some minutes, for sure it will pass, including the chemicals, the feelings of it, the bodily sensation of it. It will pass. Usually we think, oh, but then it'll come again. But so what if it comes again? It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. The more times you don't give it energy, the less it has, you could say, the less it will has place in your nervous system.
So there's no need to solve problems. Although the experience in the last weeks where I really solved things or look at something that how do I describe that, makes some kind of okay, so it's like okay.
That's what keeps us running. Because that's never ending. There'll always be the next feeling, the next something. And so for me, it seems more useful in a way, depending what your interest is. If you want to spend the rest of your life working on.
No, I worked more than 30 years or 35 years.
And it doesn't come to an end, even though it seems like you're making some progress or whatever.
I have the feeling it made me more aware. So more.
You are awareness itself. You are awareness itself. It's like you're not suppressing, you're not denying. Whatever comes, can come. Knowing it will surely go. You can't hold on to anything, really, nothing.
Not so easy to get
but yet,
just breathing.
Yeah. Every night when you go to sleep, you let go of everything.
Yeah.
So it's not even a letting go. It's just a question of, okay, I'm here.
Mm.
My interest is peace.
Mm-hmm.
And I know from really looking carefully that I'm not interested in feeding anything that's not real. And the best way to not feed it is to rest as awareness. And it might not be easy, but what's the alternative?
Mm.
The alternative is health.
Can you repeat this last sentence?
Yeah.
You-
You know,
Mm.
an emotion comes.
Mhm.
What we say, it's not easy to just leave it and to rest as awareness. But I say, what is the other possibility? The other possibility is you get involved, and that's hell.
Mm.
And we think we're getting somewhere, and we keep going, and that never ends.
I want to tell a little story what happened. So for me to get this deeper, it's at the end of the year I have a breakdown. I started to cry that deeply and shouted that I don't want to be in this life anymore, in the life of the partner and the life, but not to die. It's just in my concepts of this life. So
Yes.
and I thought I was alone with this. And I came home, and then the aunt of my son was here, and I couldn't stop. So it just was like the wave coming out, and she got up and hugged me in a way that I never experienced. So, and with this experience, something happened in me. So this happened, and so, and I was aware about it, what happened. Yes.
You know, for most of us, we grew up in a culture where we've been running
Mm.
after ideas about what would make us happy.
Mm.
Relationship, the right job, this and that, and running and stressed and trying to hold on to
Mm.
a dream. Basically, it's a dream.
Mm.
Making all kinds of compromises, twisting ourselves, not listening.
Mm.
And at some point, it just doesn't work anymore. It's like,
Mm.
no, can't anymore. Now, that can be experienced as a breakdown, something wrong with me, or it can be an experience as, wow, like,
Mm.
um, that chasing illusion is over for me.
Mm.
Now, my only interest is now left is peace, love,
Mm.
resting. Then it becomes a big opportunity. But usually what happens is people go, oh, there's something wrong with me, I had a breakdown. They don't speak about it. No, this was actually a big opportunity of waking up, seeing, wow, what I've been running after.
Mm.
But as everybody's running after, it's a dream, it's a nightmare.
Mm.
Trying to have a happy life, trying to fit in, trying to do it. You think how you be, how you're supposed to be, all of that. That's a nightmare, isn't it?
Yes. So also the nice experience
Also the nice
Mm.
experiences, yeah. It's interesting. Then you get, yeah, okay, I'm not interested in running after nice. I'm not interested in trying to avoid bad. I'm just,
Mhm.
all experience, come and go. I'm not moved.
So they also can happen, and something happen in my body, but it doesn't
Just,
matter, and it does matter, but
yeah,
it changed nothing that what I am. Okay.
exactly, exactly. You know, to use a picture Popchi once said to me, you know, in the depth of the ocean, when it's deep, it's very quiet. On the surface, it's wavy.
Mm.
And if you have a preference for the depth rather than the waves, then
Mm.
you're on the shore.
Mm.
So life comes and it does its things, and you just see it. You're the ocean, you're the space. You are who you've always been, and you're just not running after trying to change anything, fix anything, not measuring anything anymore. It's a very deep seeing. It's a very deep realization. It's not a doing, it's a seeing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. But with the happenings in my body and also the good ones, so my body is also an illusion. But in this illusion can also change something because of this running system of emotion, and body can feel good and body can be yeah.
We know. Buddha saw 2,500 years. What's in store for us is disease, old age, and death for everybody. There'll be pain, there'll be aches, there'll be everything.
And also this can change, like thoughts can go and emotions can come and go, and
exactly. And it doesn't mean anything about awareness.
so I don't need to do something to solve something, but when something is solving in my changing or something is healing, it's
you just
happening.
know that you just notice that you see something's trying to do something, and you go, not really so interested in that anymore. I've done it for 35 years, you said. It doesn't work. I'm not interested anymore. Now I just want to keep quiet. Rest as awareness. Bus, finished.
So let them do this work.
Let life do what it wants. Because some people call that surrender, but surrender is not a doing. It's a recognizing that that's what's happening anyway.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that there is no doing, but
Exactly. Oh, Shanti.
thank you.
Thanks.
Hello, Isaac. Hi, everybody. That was a really lovely reminder. Thank you. It's good to hear it again and again. And congratulations. That's great news.
I don't know why it comes to speak, but I just like on the other hand, I have three of my other grandchildren are visiting at the same time. And so one of them is 4, and he's gotten into the habit of having tantrums.
Oh.
And it's tricky to deal with because also then the next two, we were just now around 2, or 3, they're learning it from him. And so tonight it was amazing. He started to throw a tantrum, and I told him, "No, come, we're going to the quiet room." And I took him and I took put him in another room. And I said, look, you're going to stay here until you keep quiet. And he started screaming, man, Mommy, Mommy, I need you. Mommy, I need you. And I just said, look, you can scream and we can all hear you, but I can tell you, you're not going to get your way. 100% you will not get your way. This is not going to work this time. Maybe, you know, when it's your mommy and daddy, they can't stand your screaming and they come and try and comfort you. But tonight, it's not going to work. Okay. So he stayed in the room and he screamed for maybe about now, Mommy, Mommy, please come. Mommy, Mommy, come. Mommy. And it was interesting. The other kids were here and they were not disturbed by it all. They were just playing happily. And I could feel, from my side, I could feel it was like, okay, you know, he's finally meeting someone that's not going to move with it. It's like, the temper tantrum is not going to work here. You're not wrong for it, trying it. I understand, I've tried it. And, but it's not going to work. And so at some point, when you want to come join us all, then you need to recognize that your needs are just one of many, and we also have needs, and I have a need not to have screaming in my space all the time. So anyway, at the end of it, it was a little bit quieter and a little bit different. And, but it is like that in all of us, you know, that those emotions, they're like tantrums in a certain sense. They're like a scream that just doesn't want to stop. And it's, you know, it's like, but if it finally gets met with, I would say, no, I'm not moving, then it has to stop.
Yeah. So you didn't cave in.
No.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's ironic
But
that
at
you
the
call it
same
a
time,
quiet room.
yeah, it's a quiet room.
Very loud room.
Very loud room that you can, the quietness is enveloping the noise. It's okay.
Exactly. That's good. Oh, well, I hope that's a pattern that can be repeated and not a one-off.
We'll see. We'll see. You know, I think it might take a few goes. We'll see.
Yeah.
I just, you know, it was interesting because when the birth was happening, Mike and I were looking after the three kids, and on most days, there's a lot of temper tantrums that happen between the three older kids, and it didn't happen with Mike and I. So I could see that it wasn't, you know, there's a dynamic playing there somewhere, and somehow it was okay. No right, no wrong. Certainly I'm not the best parent in the world by any means, but I do know, you know, it's like there's a time where somehow if you keep giving into it, it'll just keep going and you'll stay onto adulthood. It won't ever go away. So it's like, okay. And I asked the parents, okay, so okay, if I deal with it this time.
That's always a tricky one. But good.
Yeah, but also not making anybody wrong. Just look, I'm a different person, you know, I don't have the same grandfather. So
Yeah. That's good.
anyway, we'll see. I have no idea. Just a story from the day.
And how wonderful to have that age group, because they're just have such wonder for the world. You know, it's just amazing. They're just so intrigued and so unprogrammed, and it's just so beautiful to be with kids that age. It was my favorite age group to teach, 3 to 5 year olds. Yeah, taking them out in the outdoors and just watching them explore.
Yeah.
And their own ideas about things, like, for example, drops on a pond, raindrops on a pond, you know, how do you think those circles are coming about? You know, what's going on? And, you know, some think that the circles come from underneath, and just incredible. And never saying, no, you're wrong. It's this, it's that. Never telling them what it really is, just letting them wonder, discover. Fabulous. Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah, I don't know how you deal with it in the classroom if one kid starts throwing a tantrum at that age.
It didn't happen very much.
Yeah, it's interesting that it happened around the parents, yeah?
Yeah, that's it. It will, because the parents cave in because they've had enough and they just want peace. Our teachers are different. But yeah, just taking them aside. And, I think one the other day said, a 6-year-old said to another classmate, if you don't stop, I'm going to kill you. And I just was like, oh, okay, let's have a little chat outside. So just removing that child and not making it a public commentary about how wrong it is to say something.
And for me, they're definitely not going into making anyone wrong. It's a setting a boundary without doing that. Like
Yeah.
that's yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Judith.
Question. Did you stay with him all the time in that room, or did you leave him behind?
No, I said to him, I'm here and I'm going to keep checking in on you. I'll come every few minutes and just check in on you. And we're in the other room. And as soon as you want to be quiet, you say you want your mommy is there and she loves you and she'll give you a hug. As soon as you keep quiet and come there, you're so welcome. And I'll keep checking in on you. And because when I was there, it just made him really somehow even screaming louder. So I just, no, you can scream, it's okay. In this room, you can scream. But if you want to come be with us, that's where you need to respect that we don't like the screaming all the time. Because you're also teaching the younger ones to scream like that all the time.
Yes, I do understand. Yeah.
And it's just that's not going to happen anymore.
And he didn't go into panic of being totally on his own?
No. He was, at one point even I go in there and he goes, oh, I'll keep quiet when my mommy comes out. It was like,
manipulation.
It was so sweet to just see how the mind works.
Yeah.
I said, look, no, it works the other way. When you're quiet, you can come to your mommy.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a clear.
Your mommy's not going, your mommy's not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. The screaming to get your way is ending. That's not going to happen. When you want something, you can ask. We're happy to listen. Sometimes you'll get a yes, sometimes you'll get a no. It's just like
beautiful.
Yeah.
So he found out that he couldn't manipulate anymore.
He found out that he'd met someone that was not going to move. In that moment, they will see. I have no idea how long this will work for, but at least he was a little bit different when he came back in the room. It was quite interesting to see it different.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Learning all the time too,
Oh, man. Yes. And then second question that I have about this motion and emotion and moving away. I actually also feel that there can just be a release, which is emotion, without a story, and that doesn't feel as a movement away at all.
Yeah.
And it
Then
gets
it's just
its
a release.
full momentum.
Yeah.
and it can have its momentum, it is not suppressed, then it's just a wave coming through.
Yeah.
And that feels actually very healthy, as far as I experience.
Yeah.
So then, so it's not that all motion is wrong in the sense it's a movement away. I just experience that it is not a movement away in that way.
Yeah. So let's make a distinction there.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I never said that the movement is wrong.
No, of course, but it looks, it gets that interpretation, eh? Oh, I'm having emotion, so I'm moving away from something. Like
or not even that I'm moving away.
Yeah,
there's an automatic movement away. Mm-hmm. So if it was up to me, it wouldn't be there. Mm-hmm. That's clear. Even though I've asked, I don't know how many thousands of times, if it was up to you, would it be there now? Okay, so something's going on. There's just something happening. Okay, so then you get this idea that, okay, well, if I have to be with this or something like that, there's a lot of ideas around. And so for me, okay, an emotion comes, it cries, it's finished, it's done. It's not a problem. It's just like that. But it's just like, like especially watching with these young kids. It's like they're playing peacefully, and then all of a sudden, and just like the world is ending. And then you say, okay, just slow down, please. No. Okay, so that one's playing with this toy, and you'd like it. Yes? Yes, I'd like it. Okay. So now can you ask them if they'll give you a chance? Okay. And then the other one goes, okay, yes, you can have a chance. Okay. And when? Oh, in this much time, whatever. Because they don't really have a concept of time. Okay, cool. Okay, so now you let us know when the other one can have a chance. Okay, cool. Then they get the chance, and then everything's fine for a little while until the next time that same thing is around. But it's so interesting to see when it isn't allowed to just go into, because they want to kill each other in that moment. Really, they would bang each other, like it's a.
And they are going out so far of themselves.
Yeah. Because it's like, I want that now. And okay, I get that you want it. I get it. And can you see they have a drug now? And so let's see if we can come to some place. And then it's amazing how quickly that opportunity gets taken. It's like, okay, no problem. And, my sense it's a learning. And it's because we've all experienced, look, I want it my way many, many times. And then it's seeing, okay, no, it's not always, we know that movement, you could say. And we know how strong it can be. It can be like existential at times. And then it's like, okay, it's a movement. Okay. But for me, I agree with you. Things can move through without leaving a residue, without anything. They come, they go. Papachi was amazing the way he could go from zero to screaming his head off to absolute quiet in seconds. Amazing. And then there were conversations. Do you think Papachi was identified with that anger? How would anyone ever know? Just. But he didn't have any pretense of like when anger was there, it was so full on. There was no holding back whatsoever. And then next month, gone.
So then life is really passing through with no resistance, like just full life explosion.
Yeah. And it's like just again coming back to the kids. There's the kids, and they feel free to explode at any moment.
Mm.
And then how do you invite it to something different? It's like, okay,
Yeah.
it's okay to scream like that, but it's certainly not pleasant to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, for me, I would really like you to use a quiet voice, and that we can find some way to play together. That's nice.
Mm. Mm. What a challenge, huh? Those kids. Oh my gosh. Mm.
The new one was just one day old. I was just holding him before the meeting, just watching his eyes just looking around. Like, don't even know what they're seeing yet, It's just life there. Little sound. Very cute.
Mm. Yeah, exquisite space, huh? With such a young. Yeah.
Thanks, Judith.
Thank you, Hazel.
Yeah, Trin.
Hi, Isaac.
Hey, yeah, Trin.
Um, I'm wondering a bit. I heard you say sometimes if you see the pile of shit on the pathway, you don't walk into it, or the dog shit or whatever. And um, I would say that makes life easier if you found out how to identify those spots.
Yeah.
And yeah, that when I use the picture of the dream, it's in a way, it's a funny thing that it's like seeing something in the dream, seeing some mechanism or whatever in a dream, which in the end it doesn't matter, but it's more pleasant. Life is more pleasant, and actually that's my experience. It feels just like finding out what this body, this being or whatever, how you call it.
Yeah. So, it's like we've spoken about this many times, is that like in our culture, in the Western culture, we have not been invited to enjoy this moment and to really savor it. That's not been our conditioning by any means. So, for most of us, we're looking for feeling good and avoiding feeling bad. You could say that's the going on unconsciously.
Yes.
And so we can just look at that, trying to find pleasure and avoiding pain, as opposed to savoring this moment. Just here, and it's this moment. We're not making that savoring dependent on any circumstance, on anything. And they're vastly different approaches. So
Yeah.
to me, it's like, yes, we've been trained, okay, to win and not to lose, to to
And
go for what we want, and
yes. I mean, it's that's the wiring in a way, and at the same time, and we can see like how uh, losing can like succeed in bringing awareness to some
Yeah.
points, or like how often the result, if you want to judge it at all, I mean, looks like it's the opposite of what you thought.
Mhm.
So like in a way we try to navigate it, but we don't have the instruments to navigate it, or we don't know anything about it. Like it might look like a success, but it leads you to some place where it's the opposite.
Exactly. So, coming back to everything is determined by our habit of attention.
Mhm.
And mostly our habit of attention has been to be focused on the interpretations,
Mhm.
not on awareness itself.
Mhm.
So if we're trying to find peace in navigating interpretations, good luck. Good luck. Like we can try. It's not a
Yeah,
bad.
we do in between, and sometimes like it's so funny. I mean, if you have a stone in the shoe or whatever, I mean
Yeah,
it's good.
It's good
Take
to
it out.
recognize it and take it out, of course.
Yes, I mean it's and at the same time, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. It's funny. We try to navigate, but ultimately there's no.
Like the automatic habits are so familiar to us.
Hmm.
And so it's like, in a sense, what is developing another habit, a new habit. Ultimately, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
And
father
the
used.
more the more the attention just comes back and doesn't go with the interpretations or doesn't go with the movements, the sweeter life is actually.
Yeah, it's there's I don't know. Um, to recognize these patterns. I think that's really kind of valuable, and not to, I mean, if they change or not, it's not in our hands. I feel it happens or not, it's kind of grace, but to recognize these patterns, this seems to make life easier.
Yeah. And my sense is, it's like, in one way, it's the most simple, is here and now.
Mm.
The attention is not busy with what
Mm.
some people call outside. I would call it interpretation. And it's just, there's awareness here in which everything is appearing.
And at the same time seeing that my attention all the time it goes.
Those are the habits, you could see. Those are the habits. Yeah.
Just, yeah, I don't know. It's just happening, and sometimes it has a benefit, sometimes not. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, yeah, like trying to, it's built in somehow. At least in this system, it's very active, like all the time, like a radar. Yeah, will probably not stop this year, this lifetime, but who knows? Maybe, who knows? Hmm.
Andrea?
May I?
Yeah, of course.
Hi.
Hi. Sebastian. Hey,
Can you hear me?
I hear you, I see you.
So beautiful. These days, uh, problems are just building up, and I try to think my way through it, and it again seems to just get worse. And every time, as now, when I'm just here, it's like magic. At night, I wake up, but not me. My thoughts are just dreams, and they try to figure it out, and I can't control it when I'm sleeping, but I can be there for it when it's waking me up. But it seems like it needs this. And I don't even know what this is, but I know hmm, it this it doesn't seem to want to help anything or fix anything. And yet it is, I mean, my body also seems like it's tingling, and it's just an enormous space of clear, just, oh man. So why do I keep thinking that I can think my way through my problems.
Mm.
And the funny part is when I say it here with you, the answer is there right away. I can't think. Hmm. So it seems like it's a returning to be this again and again and again. And it's beautiful every time. And even now, when my problems are bigger than ever, this is the same. Exactly the same. Wow. So if I can be this now in the middle of all that, hmm, then I can solve anything without trying. And even in the middle of all this, also finances are involved. I know I'm going to see you in Germany this summer.
Mm.
I'm gonna find my way.
Mm. Yeah, beautiful. Mm.
Thank you.
Thank you. Saturi. And after Sarah, you'll be after Saturi. Hi, Saturi.
Hello, Isaac. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. Mhm.
Lots of love.
Thank you, you too. Yeah, Sarah.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Sarah. Since last we spoke, what are you noticing?
Mm. My presence.
Yeah,
Mm.
beautiful.
More settled. My system is more settled.
Yeah, fantastic.
Mm. Shift into not betraying myself.
Mm.
Mm. It feels quite foreign, but it feels amazing at the same time.
That's good.
Mm. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Good. Hi.
Right. Just to be just a little while, just
With pleasure.
there's something, there's something, there's something changing. It's, and also something is staying just exactly the same. It's just, and something is revealing. So I might say, yes. And it's just by staying with that, you know, and that's just beautiful. Yeah. To discover. Thank you.
Ah, Julian.
Hello, Isaac. Hello, everyone.
Hi. Hi, Julian. Plus, thank you for hosting. Thank you all for being here. Love, peace, beauty.